We shall never surrender.
One small step for man.
I have a dream. Ask not what your country can do for you.
What's the status quo of your favorite quote? Professor Buzzkill explains all on Quote or No Quote.
Ah, Buzzkillers, I have so much in common with Abraham Lincoln. Height? Well, almost. A refusal to suffer fools gladly, hence the founding of the Buzzkill Institute. We're both excellent wordsmiths, and we have a healthy man crush on the 19th century Unitarian theologian Theodore Parker. More on him later. And I must be getting soft in my old age, Buzzkillers. I've been rolling out some genuine quotes lately on Quote or No Quote, and this is another. Anyone who's completed an elementary school education knows that Abraham Lincoln finished his dedication to the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on November 19th, 1863, by saying that, "We here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." But I thought the background of this quote might fascinate you, and also might provide more ammunition for your assault on the ignorance among your office mates and your neighborhood pals. Back to Theodore Parker. You see, Buzzkillers, Lincoln had his man crush on Theodore Parker because Parker's work as an abolitionist and his theological writings had a major influence on Lincoln's thinking and on the president's move through the 1850s and 1860s towards a stronger belief in the abolition of slavery. And Lincoln relied on some of Parker's published sermons, speeches, and other writings along these lines, abolitionist lines, when crafting his own speeches and his own writings. In an 1850 speech entitled The American Idea, which was given to the New England Anti-Slavery Convention, Parker defined the American idea as, quote, "a democracy that is a government of all the people, by all the people, for all the people. Of course, a government after the principles of eternal justice, the unchanging law of God. For shortness' sake, I will call it the idea of freedom." End quote. Even then, Buzzkillers, this was not an unknown sentiment. It's almost certain that Parker knew of Daniel Webster's use of the idea in 1830, expressed as, quote, "the people's government, made for the people, made by the people, and answerable to the people." But it's also highly probable, in fact, I'd bet the entire Buzzkill Institute on it, that both Parker and Webster, and maybe even Lincoln, knew of its use in 1384. That's right, Buzzkillers, I said 1384. John Wycliffe wrote in his prologue to the first English translation of the Bible that, quote, "the Bible is for the government of the people, by the people, and for the people." End quote. Wycliffe meant that following the tenets of the Bible help control, that is, govern, the people, and that the translation into a common language was by the people and for the people. Nearly 500 years later, Honest Abe put that phraseology to awfully good use. Talk to you next week.